So let's say Ellen goes to the orthopedist and they can't find anything on x-ray. And the doctor's telling her, listen, Ellen, I think there's something going on in here. We need to get out. I think something may have occurred from your surgery years earlier. We need to take it out. And you know what? The doctor writes, I think there's a foreign object in there, but I'm not 100% sure. She needs to act on this. And Ellen says, forget it. I'm not going through surgery unless I know definitively there's something there. She blows it off. She goes a whole year. She goes a year and a half. She's putting it off as long as possible, but the pain's getting worse and worse. Finally, she has surgery. Hey, Mrs. Jones, take a look at this. This is what we pulled out of your back, the needle tip. Does she get the benefit of 1 year from the date of discovery? In this scenario, the answer would be most likely no. Why not? Because she had a reasonable suspicion to believe that there was some type of foreign object inside of her more than a year and a half earlier. So that's the little twist and the caveat. So even though they get 1 year from the date of discovering this foreign object, the reality is you don't always get just that 1 year. So again, as you go through talking to these folks to see whether or not they may have a valid case, you're sitting here asking yourself, wait a second, I don't handle medical malpractice cases. But in a sense, you're helping your client by identifying the legal issues, identifying the time issues, identifying problems with their story that are going to help them and you as well. All right, now, I'm going to throw another monkey wrench into the mix. What happens, let's go back to the woman that you're going to do the last will and testament for in the hospital, the 40-year-old who's dying of metastatic breast cancer. You learn from her that 3 years earlier she had complained to a doctor of this breast lump. And now every 6 months or every year she would go back to the gynecologist. And by the way, she forgot all about the problem with her breast. The doctor forgot about it. And at each and every follow-up visit, it was a routine GYN visit. Pap smear, blood work, discussion with the doctor. And nobody ever talked about the breast problem again. And this happened every 6 months, every year. And now, 3 years later, lo and behold, she comes back with this problem. Doctor, I'm telling you, I have a massive problem in the same exact location. Does she get the benefit of something known as continuous treatment? How many of you think, and by the way, continuous treatment will allow her the ability to extend the time to file a lawsuit? It's called tolling the statute of limitations. How many of you believe that since she goes back to the doctor for these routine visits, she can now get the benefit of what's known as continuous treatment? By show of hands, how many of you believe she can get the benefit of that and extend the time to file her lawsuit? Awesome. Okay. How many of you think she can't? Okay. In order to answer the question of whether or not she has what's known as continuous treatment, by the way, there is no possible way you will be able to tell on the very first visit, very first discussion with your clients, whether or not somebody has continuous treatment. And here's why. If you ask every one of these people if they've had continuous treatment with their doctor, the answer will always be, of course I did. I went back to my doctor every 6 months as she told me to. I came back as instructed. Great. But for the purposes of the law, where now we have to look and see whether she received continuous treatment, the law doesn't care about the fact that she went back to the office or that she talked to the doctor or went there for routine checkups. The law only cares about whether she went back to the doctor for the same condition and the same complaint that she originally went to her for. That is the key in understanding whether or not she gets the benefit of continuous treatment. So if we look at this set of facts, what do we see? We see she originally went to the doctor complaining of the breast lump. But 6 months later, when she went for a routine visit, this was not a complaint that she made about the breast. There's no treatment. There's no evaluation, no discussion. 6 months after that, same scenario. So although the patient was in the doctor's office getting GYN care, the reality was she was not there to get her breast lump treated or addressed. And because of that, this unfortunate woman does not get the benefit of what's known as continuous treatment.